I named the album Between Friends because it really started out that way. It was a project that I just really went in the studio with my friend and also the executive producer of the project, Shep Crawford, whom I worked with for many years on past projects. And we just went in and we wanted to go in and just see what happens and just write. And we booked like 2 weeks at the studio and we just wanted to see what happens. And during that time, I also had a show in South Africa. And we went there and we actually did some of the new material that we had been working on in the studio. And they really loved it, and it let me know and let us know that we were on the right path. And while I was on the airplane, I said that I wanted to call the album Between Friends because it started off with just friends, you know, Shep and I going in the studio, and then Rodney heard I was in the studio, Rodney Jerkins, and he wanted to be a part of the project, and it really just came about that organically, and it was so easy. It was such an easy album to do because I really had relationships with the people that I was working with, and it was really an album that I wanted to give to the fans. That it wasn't about, there weren't any agendas or I wanted to reach this type of group. I just wanted to make a classic R&B album. Plus One Music Group, I formed it for this album Between Friends. You know, I've been signed with a major label since I was 18 years old. You know, now being older and wiser, and also with the internet and the world has become so much smaller and you have so much more access, direct access to your fans, I wanted to really, my husband was like, you gotta get out there and you have to own the project and you have to, you know what, I knew I had a vision for what I wanted the project to be and the sound that I wanted the project to have, and I knew I could do that. Now I linked up with distribution to make sure that everyone could get a chance to hear it, but yeah, it was a great, I'm glad my husband pushed me to do that because I was a little nervous at first. It's a big venture to take on, but you know, the juggling of the CEO and the artist, but it was the best decision ever made. On the second track on the album, there's a song that I have with my daughter, and she was in the studio with me running around, and she does the same thing that I used to do as a kid. And I could pick up songs very easily and sing on pitch very easily. So she was there, and I was like, come on, Mila, come in the studio and sing with me. And of course, she does exactly the same thing I did as a kid. Whenever someone asked me to sing, I never wanted to. So she did the same thing. She wanted to do everything else on the microphone but sing. And we finally got her to sing a little bit, but I thought, you know, that's so her personality, and that's how I was too. I would sing, you know, all day long until you were like, oh, can you sing for me? And I'm like, no. So I just thought it was cute. She was cute on there.
Now you live in Miami.
In Orlando.
Orlando. And you're originally from Canada.
I am.